Can you talk about the life-changing moment where you realized you had to do things differently and be for the community instead?
This is a dope. I love talking about this because let me tell you something. Like the guys that our nonprofit organization, Now for United. Shout out to my whole team. Like, God, like you have no idea. Like the satisfying work that we do. I feel like I've done so much destruction that I feel like it's like my civic duty to give back in this way. You know what I'm saying? Like go to the youth and let the youth know that this ideology that y'all have, that's not the way. There's other ways you could still be lit and still be that nigga by doing it like this. You know what I mean? Because I've noticed, like, working with youth, kids from like 12 to like 14, 15, they're acting with a certain type of behavior that's more self-destructive than kids that are like 17, 18, and 19. And kids that are like 18, 19, and 20, they're realizing it. They're like, damn, back when I was 13, 14, I was bugging. Now I'm on the eve of adulthood, and I'm got to start paying bills. I got to start. Mommy's like, yo, you got to get out the house. So they got their mentality is shifting. So we want to catch that. We want to let them know early on, like, yo, 12, 13, when you hit 18, 19, you're going to be thinking differently. And when you hit 24, 25, you're going to be like, holy shit, I should have stood steadfast in what the OG was telling me. And thank God that I stood steadfast of the OG was telling me, because now I'm here. Now I'm up here. Versus if I would have continued the algorithm that I was on and not listening to the OGs, I could have been in a box, put somebody in a box, or in a real box in some prison, in the federal and the state. So this is why the work that I do now with Now for United is so rewarding. Because I get to tell my story to these young kids. I was their age. They was never my age. They don't understand that they're going to be young very shortly and old for a long time. So the decisions that they make in their youth is going to affect them in their adulthood greatly.
Right. Man, that's an amazing thing that you're able to give back the way that you are now. And I think what's really beautiful is that you're not being fake. You're still being you. You're letting them know, like, this is what I've been through. It's real life shit. You know what I mean? Like, and they're accepting it more because you're somebody that's coming from the same neighborhood as them, going through similar things that they've been through, right? And they're gonna be able to receive that much more than like a square or somebody that's never been and just go to school, guys. You know, like it's different, right? It's real different.
Yeah. It's not a suit and tie coming into these facilities talking to them about something they never been through.
Right.
They're seeing themselves in the future.
Yeah. And then tell us about the MCRT program, right? And how you got connected with that, because that's really special.
I mean, I got introduced to the MCRT program through my brother Jonathan Alvarez, who created Now for United, who is the co-founder of Now for United. So he's like, I need to get you ready for this, so you need to do this. Get me?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I need to put you here so that when I'm ready to take you from there and bring you here, you have the experience that it's going to take to deal with this.
And how has that been like, being in that program?
It's been very rewarding, because a lot of stuff that I learned through MCRT, I take and I apply it to what we do at Now for United. MCRT is cool. I love what I do there, but my heart is with the kids, with the youth. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Can you tell the people what MCRT is, though?
MCRT is Mobile Crisis Response Team. So we respond to people that are suffering from suicidal, homicidal ideations, domestic violence, substance and alcohol abuse, everything ranging from those particular subjects.
So more
So
mental
we
health
respond to them.
issues.
Yeah, mental health issues, behavioral issues. We respond to these people. We have a 14-day window to connect them to resources and stuff like that.
And you're trained to respond to these certain circumstances that the police officers would not be trained to respond to.
Yes. I'm trained in
And
de-escalation
in that
tactics.
way, you're able to save a life that they might end up taking a life.
1,000,000%.
That's crazy, man. Can you talk about any situations that has like really been dear to your heart?
With MCRT,
Yeah.
I can't talk too much about MCRT because everything is HIPAA laws. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything
That's
is protected by HIPAA. So I can't really talk about like instances with MCRT, but with Now Report United, I could talk for days.
Okay. And this is something that you're doing 40 hours a week every single week, right?
Yeah.
Like full-time job. This is everything that you're doing.
I'm busy around the clock, whether it's with MCRT or with Now Report United, around the clock.
And do you feel like this has been so rewarding for you? Like it's like exactly what you were meant to do?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, one of my dreams is, like, I always say, like, if I ever came up across a whole lot of money, like if I ever hit the lotto or something, I would create a full-time task force for missing and abused children.
Wow.
24-hour task force.
Yeah, bro. It's a very underserved area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's like working with kids is my passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very rewarding for me. I have one of my mentees, Raymond, that's part of Now Report United. You know, he was going through some struggles. He had an open case, and through Now Report United and our constant support, he made it to the honor roll. He's made it to the honor roll 2 times, and he's got a job now. Kid is 14 years old.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, he's doing some good things, and that's just one situation amongst many others that I'm very grateful for. You know what I'm saying? That I was able to segue those milestones in that kid's life through our program, through Now Report United.
Do you wish that this program existed when you were younger? Do you think that
Hell
it would have
yeah.
been helpful for you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you think that you would have been receptive to somebody in your position now that it would have reached you?
Not sure. It would have reached somebody, though.
Right. Just having that opportunity. Just having that opportunity would have been something.
A lot of the kids we work with, they're gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? They're in the trenches. You know what I mean? And we like to call ourselves a boots on the ground organization, where we are in the trenches, going to these kids' houses, to where they live at, to their apartments and these projects and hot ass blocks, going into these houses and coming up with a plan of action for these kids to do better, or to try to get them to, you know, pivot and go a different direction in their lives before it comes to an end.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Would you say that most of the time you've been successful in the situations of reaching the kids, or like is there times where like they're just not ready to receive what you're trying to?
Yeah, that happens a lot. Like, you know how many kids I gotta be like, oh, I can't fuck with it no more. And then my man Jonathan, he'd be like, no, that's not how it works, Blaine.
Right.
You gotta stay with this situation through the good, bad, and ugly. Because you know how much energy goes into each kid that we work with is unbelievable. Like, I didn't know this until I got into this kind of work. You know what I mean? It takes really a fucking whole community for every single child that we work with. Because, mind you, every case is unique. Some kids are high risk, some kids aren't. You know what I mean? Some kids they just want a mentor, they want to get connected to programming and to workforce readiness and stuff like that. Some kids are all the way gangbanging, and we have to go pick them up on a different block and take them 20 minutes outside of the area that they're from just to have a safe conversation. And we're doing that.
But man, it's so amazing that you're given an opportunity to be able to have a job giving back to the community, because a lot of times when people are released from prison, they're not really given that second chance at life to do something different. You know what I mean? And then they have to go back to some of the old habits and everything of trying to make it.
Yeah, and I see it happen all the time. I see it happen all the time, and it was great. It's funny is that I had this conversation with my brother Dom not too long ago. I was like, "Yo, I've been home 9 years, and it took me 9 years to really like be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Be to a point where I'm comfortable and happy with my situation. But you have to grind hard, man. You have to grind hard.
Mm-hmm.